Hello my lovelies, so this is Lizzie from Love from Lizzie, and today I'm bringing you my first card from the Love from Lizzie March 18 card kit. Now, in case you haven't caught any of my other videos recently, I did dislocate my wrist a couple of weeks ago, so I'm doing this largely one-handed. And all you've seen me do here is just to use some of the black cardstock that's in the kit. I've split it lengthways to make a standard A2 size card, and here I'm using some Bristol smooth white cardstock, and here I'm just creating my card base using my trimmer to be able to score, and then use my bone folder to fold and make a nice crease in there. Okay, so for this card I wanted to do some stamping, and I cut the Bristol to be slightly smaller than my card base, and I'm just using a template that I got from Simon Says Stamp in my Misty tool to make sure that my stamping is actually straight. Because I want this card to be very clean and simple, I need to make sure everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. So I'm laying my stamps on top of that grid, and then I'm closing my Misty, pushing down nicely, and then taking that acetate piece away. I'm then using Simon Says Stamp Intense black ink because I'm going to use my Zig markers, and this ink works great with watercolour and Copic, and I do a double impression. I didn't prime my stamps because they were in the Misty. You've got a little bit of room to make sure that if it doesn't stamp first time, you can just go back over it. Okay, I am no whiz kid when it comes to using Zig markers, so I'm just playing here, and all you can see me doing is laying the colour down on top of the top edges and around where the shading is, and I'm just using 3 different colours that would work for ice cream, and then I'm using a little water brush just to sort of move the colour around. With the Bristol Smooth you can let the zigs dry and then reactivate them with the water brush because it is very pliable, it doesn't absorb too much of the ink. So you just see me laying some colour, and with the bowl I do it on either side, and then I use the brush to pull it into the middle, and I'm doing the same with the chocolate sort of goop, the chocolate sauce that sits on top of the ice cream. I'll list all of the colours in the blog post that will be appearing on lovefromlizzie.com. So in case you want to try and recreate this card, if you've got the Zigs pack, I bought the 60 Zig real colour brush tipped markers. So as I say, I'm not doing anything fancy at all here. I'm just allowing the water to move the colour around, but I'm making sure that as I do this that I don't do 2 areas side by side so that the colour doesn't bleed. So I did the ice cream first, and then I did the bowl and the chocolate sauce once it was all dried, just to make sure that no colours sort of crossed over and contaminated. And then I'm just popping some bright pink on for the raspberries, and again just moving it around with my water brush. Okay, so that is the stamp done, and I'm just laying down some very light grey under the bowl just to sort of give it some grounding, so it's a very faint shadow. I'm using some tape runner directly onto my card base because my panel was still slightly damp, and then just lining that up to add it into the middle of the card. And here I'm popping some glossy accents over the chocolate sauce just to give them that little bit of sparkle and shine. And that is it for the card. Thanks, bye!